please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Well, that's the former president there at the RSS event, making it very clear that India's idea of nationalism is a construct that stems from its constitution, that India's nationalism is not about one identity, one religion, or even one language, that India has survived the test of time on account of its plurality, on account of its assimilating different cultures, and that, according to the former president, is the way forward. Let's now bring in reactions. We're joined by Congress spokesperson Zarita Letplang, also RSS supporter Geeta Bhatt, and joining me on this conversation is my colleague Parikshit Luthra. Let me first go across to Geeta Bhatt. Geeta, through the course of that speech that the former president has made, going back in time, going back into history, the invocation of the former Prime Minister Pandit Nehru, Pranab Mukherjee making it very, very clear India stands for its pluralism and its idea of nationalism stems from its constitution. You know, how would you respond to what you've heard from the former president?
Well, if you look at the speech of the former president today, he has talked about the secular nature of our country, and I think that is what the culture which our country has. By culture we have been secular. It is not that when the amendment in the constitution came and then the word secular got introduced way back in 1976, we have been secular. I mean, after all, Chiraman Mosque, that was the first mosque which was built in Kerala during the time of Prophet Muhammad, and it was done by a Hindu king of Kerala. So that has been a part and parcel of culture, and his message has been very clear and very strong that we are a plural country and we need to plurality, we need to celebrate the diversity which exists here, and that is a very welcome note. And if you look at the speech of Dr. Mohan Bhagwat and Pranab Mukherjee, you'll find that there are a lot of similarities in them. Both of them, they talked about that there need to be a celebration of the diversity and the unity which is there. There are various cultures, and in fact that is the strength of our country. So both of them, they have talked more or less on the similar lines.
Well, they may have spoken on similar lines, but actions are very different from what people say, during the course of political campaigns or during the course of speeches. I mean, as you pointed out, we heard what Dr. Bhagwat had to say, but there is also a move towards towards a sort of intolerance, if I could call it that. We've seen the lynchings related to the beef ban. We've seen the kind of response that the rape of an 8-year-old child evoked in this country. I think the former president also seems to be sending out a message that is unacceptable. And isn't that the message that at some degree the RSS as well as the political class will have to take back?
See, as far as you have talked about, there has been the supposedly cow vigilante, and as well as the rape of some child girls which have taken place. It is very important that we need not be selective, while raising these issues. The child rapes which have taken place, it is not that it was just one, which was very unfortunate, which took place in Jammu, but similar kind of, cases took place across the country in various other states. It happened in Assam, it happened in Bihar, in many other states.
But
what is important is that we needn't be cherry-picking.
The difference here was that there was a concerted, deliberate attempt on the part of certain sections to actually come out in support, not of the victim, but in support of the perpetrators of the crime.
No, not at all. Not at all. In fact, whosoever, such kind of a heinous crime has been done by anyone whether from any kind of a political, religious background, that person need to be given severest punishments. But the unfortunate part, which I would like to mention here, is that the state where, which actually, it was kind of projected against the, what was the unfortunate part was that it was not taken as a, case where the rapist needs to be punished, but it was a whole narrative was being set up against the majority community in the country. That was the unfortunate part. And while the people, nobody wanted to talk about the various other kind of child rapes in Ghaziabad, the 9-year-old in Delhi, there was a 18-month-old girl, who got raped, based on which there was a court case which was filed.
No, this was not
based on which the court asked to
anyway, the issue here was not about the rape of a child. The issue here was not about the rape of a child. The issue here was the response to the rape of a child. But let me not go down that road any further. Let me bring in Sarita. Sarita, the Congress has expressed its anguish at the former president and Congress veteran accepting this invitation from the RSS. The Congress party chief, Rahul Gandhi, through the course of political campaigning, has basically called out the RSS, given the fact that the president continued to sort of not disinvite himself and has now spoken, and the manner in which he has spoken, has it, to your mind, sent out a message to the RSS? Does the Congress feel a little less anguished on the back of what you've heard there from the former president?
See, first and foremost, what I think the former president basically spoke about various international travelers and how they traveled to India, and also how they defined the nation. And besides that, also he shared his understanding of the concepts of the nation, nationalism, and then patriotism. But when we look at, when we heard Mohan Bhagwatji's speech, he speaks of a Sampurn Samaj. Now, what is his definition of a Sampurn Samaj? That's the most important thing. Now, is this Sampurn Samaj a Samaj where there is discrimination based on religion, caste, and basically a male-dominated Samaj? So we are still to know what kind of a Samaj is he speaking about. That is first. And also you brought in the beef issue, which I also wanted to speak on, that why the dual stand on the beef issue? In the Northeast, during the elections, you have promised to lower the prices of beef. Why so? And in northern India, you ban beef. So why such kind of a, dual approach? I mean, you are allowing the people to have beef in the Northeast, and in northern India, you're banning it. So why so?
But also, Sarita, do you also feel that over here with Pranab Mukherjee there, this photo op is extremely important? Isn't this a message that's also going across to Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party? Because Rahul Gandhi, the Congress party, at every event, at every election rally, they speak about the RSS, how RSS is sowing seeds of communal poison. But Pranab Mukherjee, by being present at this function, isn't he also showing to the Congress that we need to have a dialogue with the RSS as well?
See, first and foremost, I think RSS can never bridge the gap that is there. Okay, it can never bridge the gap with India's, foundational values that is there. Leave aside imbibing it. Okay, that's the first thing. And the second thing, RSS's main fight is with the pluralism of India. So it will be a very difficult thing for them to actually, accept or imbibe what is there. So there would be a lot of questions they would actually have to answer. And if you'd actually have to go into that question answer, I've got a list of questions that we could actually ask. So it would be really difficult for them to actually, are they ready to change? Are they ready to change? Are they ready to imbibe? Are they ready to let go of their stringent laws?
I just want to come in here and pick up on the point that Parikshit made. Sarita. If you speak of an environment of intolerance, if you speak of the need to create a culture where different voices and different opinions are given space, then why is it wrong to try and provide that bridge and engage with the RSS? They may choose to ignore your message, they may choose to remain as is, as you just said, that they may not change, but why such a strong sort of move to not even engage? Does that not also speak of intolerance then?
See, dialogue is possible in any democratic order, but the most important question, like I said, I would actually go into the questions, is that is RSS ready to listen, number one? Are they ready to change? Are they ready to admit their mistakes, both of thought and action? Are they actually ready to give up their prejudice vis-a-vis women, Dalits, the backward classes? And the most important is, are they ready to give up its inherent character of subjugation, domination, and violence? So these are the questions. Are they ready to
But Geeta,
go ahead with
do you also feel that the RSS is now doing a course correction correction? Because throughout his speech, Mohan Bhagwat was talking about taking everyone together, Samaj ko khade karne ki baat ki, acknowledge differences, Samaj ka sangathan hona chahiye.
Sampurn Samaj. See, Sampurn, what does Sampurn mean?
Isn't this a course correction? We've seen so many controversial statements from BJP leaders in the past.
See, the point is, first point that I want to counter is that as far as the question of beef comes, it is very important for everyone to recollect that it was the Congress party which had actually the legislation that has come in 19 or 20 of the states fully and partially banning of beef. It is the Congress party which had got it. So how are they raising a question on and saying that why it is being banned on North India? That is ridiculous. First point I want to make. Second point that I want to make is about, you know, the kind of an ideological untouchability which has been present is actually very clear. After all, who has given an invitation to someone who is from a different school of thought? It is the RSS which has invited, and it has been a culture.
But you're the parent organization of the BJP.
Right?
You always say Congress Mukt Bharat.
No, see that BJP spokesperson has to answer. I cannot answer on this. I'm not here talking about
but RSS
BJP.
is the parent organization.
But you see, it is not. They have. I think RSS has already clarified on it that we have never talked about a Congress Mukt Bharat. That statement is already there. So I don't think any clarification is needed on that. Third is when it is being talked about, you know, discrimination of Dalit, the kind of a projection or narrative that has been built over the years, you know, trying to project RSS in that light. I mean, when we talk of women emancipation of triple tarak, what was the Congress party stand, or where were the other people? Where were they for the Muslim women standing there? I mean, this is nothing but, you know, a double standards which is being projected here.
But also, Sarita, what about statements of all BJP leaders? Recently, we saw a number of rape cases that took place, and we questioned those top ministers. Santosh Gangwar, somebody like Santosh Gangwar actually said, "ये सब होता रहता है, media ज़्यादा भाव दे रहा है."
Even the Deputy Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, the BJP newly inducted Deputy Chief Minister, he says, "Why are you even hyping it?" He said, "ये तो, like he said, होता है." So, if women's security issue is, you tag it as होता है, then what kind of a Sampurn Samaj are you looking at when there is no respect for the women? Basically, you know, I feel this basic program, I mean this program today, I think the RSS has been under the yoke for too long. They've been burdened and, you know, finally they want to, you know, come out and seek redemption and do this program.
But you know, everybody knew about Pranab Mukherjee's comments or views on the RSS. He's attacked the RSS in the past as well. And today also, he's been critical of the atmosphere that there is in the country. He's attacking the BJP and the RSS. But by being present here, hasn't he shown that he's a statesman?
He is a statesman, yes. His views are personal and his comments are personal.
Shouldn't Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi be taking a cue?
I don't think so. We should comment on that. It is up to them if they would like to take that. But however, I think it's his personal decision to attend that program, and he has done it. So that's about it.
But there are many other, you know, well, if I may say, stalwarts of Congress party who have come out very openly, and they have said that, you know, the ex-president should not have gone and visited RSS. So it is showing the kind of an intolerance which is there, you know, among the political, the opposition parties, and who have got this kind of an intolerance towards RSS, not vice versa. So, you know, there is a very, the kind of a narrative that has been created, like in terms of when it is being talked about women security, you know, it is important here to recollect that, you know, when this incident, unfortunate, took place in Jammu, it is only after 3 months that, you know, that people suddenly, you know, they had a wake-up call that this thing had happened. And in between, in Nagarkot,
you know,
I just want to add this, in Nagarkot, another incident had taken place of a 7-year-old where someone who was teaching in the madrasa or Maulvi had done it to a 7-year-old girl. No one ever thought, why no one ever thought of raising the issue?
This is not merely about the issue of rape, this was the response to rape. But we're running out of time.
I mean, please teach every child, girl, child, with, you know, with equal kind of...
Geeta, I would start by asking, Geeta, I don't want to go down that road, please. I want to end by asking both of you, and I'll quote to you what we heard from Sharmishta Mukherjee, the daughter of President Pranab Mukherjee, when she tweeted saying, "Hope citizen Mukherjee now realizes that from today's incident, how the BJP dirty tricks department operates, even RSS wouldn't believe that you're going to endorse its views in your speech, but the speech will be forgotten, visuals will remain, and those will be circulated with fake statements. This politically has been a bit of a masterstroke for the RSS. There is absolutely no questions about that. But, you know, Geeta, a quick final word on what this is now going to mean. You talked about how you believe that the RSS has been made to look politically untouchable. Does this now legitimize the RSS cause?
See, what Pranab Mukherjee's daughter has said, I think this is her personal comment, but all I can say is that, you know, within our Indian culture, when our elders, when our parents, they take a certain decision, we do not have that culture of going out and publicly denouncing it or criticizing it. That is how I would like to sum it.
Okay. All right, Sarita, I'll end then by asking you the exact same question. Political masterstroke pulled off by the RSS?
See, basically, I think whatever Sharmishta has said, it's her own personal views. And I think Dr. Pranab Mukherjee has also tweeted that both of us have our own views.